All righty then. Let's make sure my mic is on. Check, check, check. Hi, Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. How are you guys today? If you're new to being here, hi, my name is B. If you're accustomed to being here, welcome back. If you're tuned into this video, then you should know why I'm here, giving the title of this video, which is your 2026 overview. So I'm going to be breaking down by signs. I'm going to keep this maybe around 30 minutes or less. And I want to kind of break down a little bit about what you can expect, what your advice is. We're going to tap on love. I'm going to try to tap on money and career, and just overall the energy of what you should be in, the energy you should be in, or the energy you can anticipate for the year. Okay? Before I start this, let me also start by saying, let me pause this before we get into the tunes. Let me also start by saying I'm also open for yearly readings. So again, if this resonates with you, or if you want just more of a personal, individualized message and readings of what you can do to maximize the potential of your year next year, you can definitely drop down below in the description box. The link should be there. 2026 year, the overviews should actually be like on the face of my main page. Shopify is set up. I think it's like $130, but it is the holiday season. So if you need to kind of ball on a budget, Shop Pay is set up. It's like 4 payments of 30 something dollars. And you can also perhaps use the code comeback, COMEBACK, for 10% off. I don't know if it can run concurrent with Shop Pay. But again, you have options, is what I'm saying, if you need to kind of work it to where it helps with you financially. Okay, again, like, share, subscribe. I don't want to make this super duper long, so let's kind of just go ahead and jump in. And I already pulled 2 oracle cards. So let's get back into this. The 2 oracle cards that I pulled for just your overall energy of the year was the 5 of fire, and then you had the 9 of water. Now the 5 of fire is already a card of conflict, aggression, rivalries, jealousy, and competition. Okay, the 9 of water is more about exposing the emotional pain. Okay, shedding some light on what hurts, why it hurts, breaking certain emotional cycles. Emotional vulnerability comes to mind, but it feels like being more so emotionally vulnerable with yourself. Okay, so again, this is already kind of the overall energy. You might find some people who feel like they're in competition with you. You might encounter some people who might make you feel like, this person kind of giving me some energy, some vibe of like, what's going on. For some of you, this could even be interpersonal people with the 9 of cups. Okay, so maybe it could be friends, it could be family, it could be co-workers and acquaintances that you thought, were in genuine, true support of you, and then you later on realize, oh, this person isn't in support of me. They actually think they like running foot to foot with me. They think we're competing. They think I'm competing with them. It's coming to mind also to me for my Aries placements, right? You are the first the first astrological sign. You are ruled by Mars. It is very normal for people to want to run head up with you. It's very normal for people to, in their mind, feel like it's a competition with you. Maybe even sometimes you can feel like this. So check your own energy in 2026. Okay, sometimes that Aries energy, that Mars energy, can kind of go unchecked, and then before you know it, you think it's a competition. You think you competing with people. You thinking you running foot to foot with people when it was never a race, right? The phrase and term for me, "You can't compete with me because I want you to win too," comes to mind. So I don't know if that's your energy. Be mindful of that. Or if this is someone else's energy, and be mindful of that. If this is your energy, this 9 of water makes me feel like, also, what's the root of that? How can we get to the root of that? How can we get to the root of feeling like, it's jealousy and competition and rivalry with other people? Maybe it's something past bent up with you, right? It could be something past with other people. But if this isn't your energy in 2026, when it comes to other people, you'll have to kind of sit in your emotional feelings and vulnerability of how you feel about it. It's not for you to empathize and sympathize with someone else and go, oh, well, they've had a hard life. Oh, well, they've been through a lot, or, because they were always in competition with their sibling. It ain't for you to really rationalize and empathize with. I mean, it'll help you understand. But at the end of the day, jealous motherfuckers is a jealous motherfucker. People in rivalry with you is just that, rivalry. There's really no way to like water that shit down. Okay, so just be mindful of that. You don't want this to be your energy in 2026, but then you don't want to be harboring no energy and dealing with a bunch of motherfuckers who, again, jealous of you, envious of you, making slick and sly comments. Okay, the five of fire would even tell you or would even suggest to you in 2026 you might have to learn how to pick your battles. Okay, Saturn will be moving into Aries, so it will be affecting you guys regardless of if you're an Aries sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, or whatever, right? But Saturn is also about discipline, so this makes me feel like also when it shifts into Aries for my Aries placements, this will be a time also this year where you'll need to learn how to pick your own battles and what battles to pick. So that comes to me real strong too with this five of fire. Um, Five of fire, there is a part in the book where it says, okay, well, let's say you meet some people and they want to be in competition or rival with you. They're aggressive with you. They want to fight you. There's conflict, there's tension, right? How are you going about picking your battles and fighting your battles? You can meet them with aggression, and I'm sure with typical Aries placements, it's like, well, bitch, if you on that, I'm on that. Right? But remember that meeting people with aggression only perpetuates more aggression, only perpetuates more anger, only perpetuates more violence, right? Maybe you got too much to lose. Maybe you're at a job and you don't have time to be tussling with a bunch of nobody bum ass motherfuckers who trying to compete with something that you work hard for anyway. How you gonna compete with what God blessing me with? Right? So it's not enough to just learn in 2026 what battles you gonna engage in and what you gonna kind of just let people, you know what I'm saying, let it roll off your shoulders because it's not worth the energy. And for some of people where you have to like take on this energy, you'll have to figure out how you gonna fight. You don't always gotta use your fist. You don't always gotta use your words. You know what I'm saying? There's different ways you can win these battles. Is what this feels like. I do kind of want to tap off into the nine of water. I'm not that familiar with this card exactly. It says the nine of water represents a need to embrace an open heart and allow the light of love to transform and heal emotional pain and turn it into knowledge that sets us free. Our past experiences, did not just say that, our past experiences, good and bad, leave an emotional imprint. Okay, so again, it's very much giving, you're going to have to think about that. For some of you, again, this might be your energy. You might be the one jealous, a little hating, a little feeling like, why that bitch and not me? You know what I'm saying? Feeling like, oh, I'm just as good as them. Oh, I could do that. I could do that even better than them. Okay, but again, how can we connect that to an inner source of old pain or old trauma? Is it rooted from insecurity or feeling less than? Is it rooted from feeling left out or maybe something from childhood where you always had to maybe be made to feel like, you know, like you were inferior to others? And again, this whole situation, if not your energy, again, could maybe attest to somebody else's. This is a time to really kind of let love transform. So yeah, it can be easy to be mad, or it can be easy to hate the person that's jealous of you. It can be easy to hold grudges, and it's like, damn, I didn't even know my dog was jealous of me like that. But how well can you allow love to come in and transform you? It says the nine of waters offers the choice and asks you to make it. You might not have a choice in memories your mind stores, but you have a choice as to which one you invest in emotionally, whether it's a past memory or a new one. Invest in memories that fill you with love, lightness, and find yourself rising from the depths. The nine of water appears in your reading. You are also being asked to consider if at this time one of your emotional triggers is being squeezed for good or for bad. Asking this question will help you determine whether you're acting for the right or wrong actions. So again, yeah, this all feels like I just said, you know. In 2026, again, you about to have some haters and some people who are in rivalries with you and people who feel like they want to compete with you and run head up with you. But like I said, you're going to have to learn how to pick your battles. Are you leading with love or are you leading with aggression? When people go low, are you going to hell in 2026? Or are you going to take the high road and choose light and choose peace and say, you know what? As much as I can smack you in your shit, as much as the old Aries, you know, would be ready to get at you in whatever time you thinking you on, I'm definitely on that 2 times 10. As much as you thought that you was going to go low, and I like to typically go to hell, you got it. right? Because I have too much to lose. Because I'm not that person no more. Because you know what? I used to fight all of the time, says Aries, right? I used to fight all of the time in my childhood. I used to fight my siblings and I used to always be so angry. But you know, I'm not that person no more. And I'm not going to allow a miserable motherfucker to allow me to stoop low when I know how far I've come. That's actually what this feels like. That's the energy you need to be coming into in 2026. That is the overall energy of your 26. When we go low, are you going to hell? When people go low with you, are you still going to hell? And remember that anger only perpetuates more anger. So yeah, they gonna go low, and yeah, you gonna take it to hell, but they gonna take it even further than that. Is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? Give me an astrology card for my Aries for 2026. Third house, yeah. See, it's time to see things from a different perspective in 2026. You're going to be asked to see things from a different lens, to see things from a different light, to see things from a different perspective, to try to use your words instead of like your anger. Really try to get down to the root of the problem. Like I said, if this is you and you find yourself maybe jealous or envious of other people, this is the time to really ask yourself, am I holding on to something old? Am I jealous and angry because I'm bitter about something else and I see them with it? Am I jealous of that person in the relationship because I'm still angry about how my relationship didn't work out? Am I jealous about them people over there? Am I feeling like I'm in competition with these people because I'm secretly insecure and I'm still holding on to insecurities from the past? This is the same thing to really kind of ask yourself about other people. Is this person in jealous? You know what I'm saying? Are they making slick comments? Okay, they done made a slick comment at me, you know, but clearly it's not because of anything I've done, right? This is just someone who's insecure. But even in that, asking yourself and seeing it from a different perspective. Now, I could go low, says Aries. I could take it to hell, says Aries. But let's see this from a different perspective. Let's see this from a different lens. I know I can beat a motherfucker up. I've been doing that all my life. I know I can cuss a motherfucker out. I've been doing that all my life. That's small shit. That's easy work. That's child's play. But how are we doing things differently? What is the difference in perspective that we have here? Perception is the key name at the top of this card with this third house. Third house is about your siblings. It is about your perspective. It is about the way you see things. It's about the way you process and like take in data. It's your thoughts, you know. It's the discussions that you're having with people, you know. So this is a time to really start thinking about things. How are you seeing things from the different perspective? How are you seeing things from a different lens? How are you operating differently? Like I said, when they go low, are you going to hell? Or are you going to see things from a different perspective on some, you know what? Again, I could take it to hell, says Aries. We all know I could take it to hell. Actually, some people might think I'm the devil himself anyway. Right? But it's about how you operate in that. Are you still going to keep doing it? What do you have to lose in 2026? What are you trying to gain? Sometimes you don't even have nothing. Sometimes you feel like I don't even got nothing to lose. Fuck it, let's crash out. Let's crash the car. But what are you also trying to gain? Will that benefit you from gaining something? Maybe you got to cuss a motherfucker out at work. But see, you wanted that promotion. So now that fuck you up from the promotion. Or you just got the promotion and now you telling HR to fuck off. And now you done lost the promotion and the job. Because they took it low, so you took it to hell. Yeah, but how much we gonna keep doing that? How long we gonna keep doing that? That's what this feel like. How long we gonna keep doing that? How long we gonna keep taking it to hell? How long we gonna keep, you know, meeting people with the same anger? They meet you with aggression, and now you meet them right back with aggression. Do you want to keep perpetuating the cycle? You want to keep doing it? You want to keep doing this over and over again, the same cycle? Of beefing with nobodies, beefing with losers, motherfuckers who don't have nothing to lose but ain't trying to gain shit either. So then what does it benefit you to be rolling around in the mud with somebody who ain't got on no linens? You know how crazy that is? You got on your best dress, Aries. Huh? You go in your closet, your most expensive outfit, your most expensive shoes, your most expensive clothes and jewelry. Why would you put all of that on and then get to rolling around in the mud with a motherfucker who got ripped threads and shit? All they linings and shit, threads and shit popping out. They ain't got on. This cost maybe all of what, $5 for them, but the shit costs $500 for you. So it kind of feels like that type of vibe. Needing to see things from a different perspective in 2026. I don't know about you, but I ain't finna go put on my motherfucking good clothes and be running outside. I'm still old school. You know, there's a difference between good clothes and your school clothes and your outside clothes. I'm not going outside in my good school clothes to be rolling around in the mud with the motherfucker who couldn't afford my school clothes. Come on now. Couldn't afford the school clothes if the money was handed to him. You know how much your school clothes cost? Your good shoes, and you outside running with a motherfucker with some jabos on? Please, don't make me mad, Aries. Leave these folks alone. Remember that you have so much to lose, and you're so much better than them in 2026. Give me some tarot, because we'll be at 15 minutes already. I said I didn't want to be here long. Give me some for that 2026. I like this energy for you, though. It feel like a bunch of hating motherfuckers, really. Mainly. If I had to intuitively guess, this is a bunch of motherfuckers trying to come at you and get you out of character. And with Aries moving into Saturn, it's going to be very beneficial for you to not do that. Work on your discipline, work on your mouth, work on your temper. Cause again, like I said, you can scratch with a bitch. Yeah, you can hit with a motherfucker. Yeah, that's easy. We can throw fists and fisticuffs and scrap and scrabble outside. That's easy shit. But again, what do you have to lose? What are you trying to gain that you don't want to lose, compared to a bunch of motherfuckers who don't have nothing to lose, nothing to gain, no direction, no control over their life anyway. They don't know if they're going or goddamn coming, and you're going to let these people get you up out of character. No. Not in 2026. No. Already you have two cards of seeing a different perspective. The Hangman is here reversed. So there will be something you're seeing in a different perspective. There will be something you'll have to see from a different perspective, from a different lens. That I said, it could even be your energy, Aries. Maybe some motherfuckers might try you where you just like, ooh, bitch, I want to crash so bad. They trying me. They acting like they don't know who Big Aries is. And I understand all of that. But again, what do they have to lose? What do they have to lose? It be the ones that with nothing to lose that want to try you the most. They want to get you out of character. They want to get you pissed. They want to make you mad. They want to get you. Look at Aries acting out. Look at them tearing up shit. They ain't gonna do nothing but laugh. How can you see things from a different perspective? How can you understand that sometimes some people want you to get out of character? Some people want you to act like that. Some people want you to show your ass. That sometimes, again, people really are in competition with you, even if you're not doing nothing. Even if you feel like, but that's my dog. That we bestie riding around in the Tessie. Yeah, but there's something in you, a light in you, Aries, an energy about you that still makes people want to challenge you, feel like they're rivals with you, feel like they can do better than you. Even if you feel like, child, I don't even know what these people are talking about. In competition, like I said in the beginning of this, you can't compete with me. I want both of us to win. How you competing with me? I thought we both was winning together. What happened? Right? But you also have the Strength card reverse and the swords, 3 of Swords card. So not only will you see something from a different perspective in 2026, Aries, I feel like it'll hurt you. Again, like I said, this don't really, if I'm being honest, this feels less about y'all being competitive. And this feels a lot like when Saturn moves into Aries next year, you'll really realize how other people see you. You'll really realize that other people have a disdain is the word I'm getting, disdain for you. And it really ain't because of nothing you did or said. It's really just because, again, your leadership, what it is you doing, how you showing up, the way you showing up, people feel like, okay, now I kind of want to, what Aries over there doing? Yeah, I could do that better than them. Aries got the promotion. Why the fuck they get the promotion? Why I ain't get it? I'm better than them. I do my job better than them. I've been at this job longer than them. So who gives a fuck? But they don't clock in early. They don't leave late. They're not a leader. They're not courageous. They're not bold or none of that shit like you. They're not passionate like you or none of that shit. And it's going to be pissing them off. And I feel like you're going to be real shocked who it is. Like this 3 of Swords make me feel like, damn, I really didn't expect that. I really didn't expect that. I really didn't think it would be this person. I really didn't think it would be my own family, my own blood. I really didn't think it would be my own parents, my own spouse, my own kids. I really didn't think it would be my best friend, my homeboy, my dog from elementary. Like it give that. But it's like there's some people, someone around you that will be in competition with you. And it's going to cause you to see things from a different perspective. And it's going to hurt like hell. You might even start to feel like, damn, I don't know how I'm going to recover from this one with this Strength card reverse. It made me feel like you might feel like, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to come back from that. I don't know how I'm going to get over that. My dog done just like was a snake. That's crazy. My bestie, coworker bestie really just was shit talking me to our other coworkers. That's crazy. You know, my own partner that I lay down with every day. really in competition with me. That's crazy. I just didn't, I wouldn't have expected that. But at the end of the day, everything gonna be fine. People in competition with you because of their own selves, because they compare them live, they comparing their life, because they looking at you and how strong you is compared to them. Two of Swords, Knight of Wands, and the Moon card. Yeah, something will be exposed in 2026 for you. Something will be exposed. I'm getting Pisces energy real heavy. I see Leo energy here also. But something's going to be exposed, and it's going to make you have to, like, make a decision. Again, you're going to have to make a decision. Whether it be my coworker bestie, and then you find out that they really kind of, like, don't fuck with you like that. So it's like, damn, so now what I'm going to do, right? For some of you, again, this decision isn't about what you're going to do necessarily, but how you'll do it. Again, learning how to pick and choose your battles. And when you learn what battles to pick and choose, even within those battles, learning how to show up. How do you need to fight? Sometimes you don't have to throw your hands. Sometimes you don't got to cuss a motherfucker out. Sometimes you just got to, call HR. Sometimes you got to play pussy and call HR. Right? And I feel like no Aries. I don't know no fire sign that want to hear that, especially Aries. But sometimes you got to play pussy and call HR. Again, what are you trying to lose? What are you trying to gain? Sometimes you can catch a bitch across town, catch a motherfucker across town, and you can yell, what was that shit? Run me them hands, put them hands up. Cause we finna have it out. I've been waiting to catch you. Sometimes that's warranted too. Depends. And again, then what you gotta lose? How old are you? Do you wanna go to jail? Do you have a record? How fast can you get up out of there? I'm just saying. And not get caught. Like it just depends. I'm just saying it depends on how you maneuvering. But there's somebody around you in 2026 you're going to see that you can't trust. Give me this 3 of Swords and this 2 of Swords. And then we're going to jump over to, like, money. Yeah. Aries could be an air sign. This could be an air sign person. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. 4 of Cups. And the 4, yeah. Queen of Swords, 4 of Cups, and the 4 of Pentacles. So, granted, yes, it could be an air sign. But this also makes me feel like this is you thinking. And again, you're being advised that you need to think about this first. Even if you find out that your best friend really a op, cool. Don't just call the bitch and go the fuck off. If you find out your partner really ain't your partner, be pillow talking to his bitches about how lame you is. Don't just call your partner up and then you like, okay, now I'm ready to fight. You're going to have to really sit down and think about how I want to do this. How I want to do this. How I want to, you know what I'm saying? Build your Rico case a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I want to address this? Do I want to address this? And when I address it, in what manner do I want to address it? How am I articulating myself? Sometimes you can't help it when shit just kind of goes sideways. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes one thing leads to another and then conflict just happen. It just blow up like that. But how well can you stay neutral in order to make sure you're not blowing it up? Because again, you have things coming in that you can't lose, is what this feels like. So you're being advised to not get too wrapped up in it because you could lose it. Give me something for, actually, what my other day? Give me something for love while we're here. And then I'll jump over to money last. Because this feels already like general friendship, what you need to know. So give me something in the love department for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Give me something for love. What do we need to know? Give me something for love. What do we need to know? Yeah. Is there somebody you not leaving out in the cold, Aries? Then here you are in this Queen of Wands reverse. So in love, making sure you put your foot down. Let's start there. This Queen of Wands energy is reversed. In order to keep from feeling bitter, in order to keep from feeling angry, in order to keep from feeling insecure, you need to out the gate in your relationships in 2026, set the pace. What do you expect? What do you anticipate? What do you need them to invest? This 5 of Pentacles here makes me feel like you might not want to be left out in the cold, or there might be a connection you don't want to leave out in the cold. I see a King of Pentacles here reversed also, but the fact that everything here is reversed, Queen of Wands is reversed, that's your energy, King of Pentacles is reversed, that's this energy, Earth sign energy, could be a Virgo, Taurus, or a Pisces, Capricorn, could be a Pisces, I did say Pisces, Pisces is here, so could be a Pisces. Making sure you put your foot down. Okay, don't let nobody be around for what they could just get for you. Okay, and this kind of could just be a part of that energy too. For some of you, this feels like already this might be your spouse. or somebody you dealing with. King of Pentacles energy for me is someone who's selfish, especially reverse. This is someone who's much more interested in what you can invest into them as opposed to what y'all can mutually invest, right? But somebody don't want to be left out in the cold. I'm gonna assume it's this person here since it's 2 Pentacles. But again, 5 of Pentacles is here, King of Pentacles is here. Both of them is reverse. Both of them is blue. So I feel like somebody also might be down bad, depressed. Stay away from people who are down bad, depressed, got substance abuse problems, drinking problems, or some shit like that. But this also makes me feel like 5 of Pentacles reverse, King of Pentacles reverse gives me 6 of Pentacles reverse kind of energy. Stay away from people who can't pour into you the way that you pour into them. Stay away from people who aren't really that stable, don't really have a sense of stability. Their finances ain't hitting like that. They themselves are unstable. So okay, so they could be showing up today and want to interact with you. They not there tomorrow. Okay, these type of people who, it feels like a breadcrumb energy. You know, people who don't really invest in you the way they need to. They just kind of give you just enough to not leave them. That's what this feel like. People who don't really have much to offer, people who don't really have much of value, people who don't really have much substance either in their finances, in their career, or in their life period. But this 5 of Pentacles also lets me know that they don't want you to stop fucking with them, but they also not pouring into you the way that you need. If you're currently dealing with this person, stop dealing with them. And if you're not currently dealing with this person, beware of this person in 2026. Give me something else. Yeah, and fell right on the motherfucking mic. Look what fell. So yeah, a smooth talker fell directly on this mic. But look what's right behind it. So yeah, beware of that. In 2026, be very, very, I would think long and hard. Because I see 2 prospects. I see a King of Pentacles over here, and I see a King of Cups over here. Both of which look like they ain't hitting on shit. I'm going to be honest. That's why I said the fell right on the mic. Look what came out, a smooth talker. Knight of Cups, this is somebody again tell you exactly what you want to hear. Sweet Love Jones, oh babe, I've been missing you so much, and I just care about you so much. And then the King of Cups is here, and the King of Cups is reversed. So again, you got a whole lot of Sweet Love Jones. It's a whole lot of I love you boos and bays and kisses and mwahs. But I mean, at the end of the day, when it's time to really invest and to put your money where your mouth at, they're emotionally unavailable. Not only are they emotionally unavailable, this is someone who again really isn't stable. Here you are again in this Queen of Wands energy. So I feel like if you're not careful, it's going to make you a little insecure, and it'll make you a little bitter dealing with these people. Even if you look watching this and you feel like, bitch, I'm the most confident person I could ever know. I could never have an insensitive or insecure bone in my body. I promise you, if you're not careful in 2026, you'll come out of it feeling a little insecure. Because you'll be dealing with people who are more so interested in taking from you instead of pouring back into you. Okay, be careful of that. Be careful of people who want to just take things from you. Again, see things for how are we seeing things from a different perspective. Okay, all that, oh, but they just, but they really trying to get on their feet. We ain't dealing with no niggas trying to get on their feet. They either own them bitches already or they not. There's no gray area. There's no in between. Don't let this motherfucker get off in your ear and then act like, oh, but I just, because last year I was really up. You feel me? Like, I had buku, I just had so much money, and then this year I just, I'm just kind of in a tough spot. Cool, had that motherfucker hit you back when they're not in a tough spot no more. Or else again, these will be people who would just pour from you. All that ride or die shit, no. They either on their feet or they not. They either got their shit together or they don't. There's no in between when it comes to love. Give me this Queen of Wands. What are we at? 28 minutes. Give me this Queen of Wands reverse for my Aries. Yeah, reject. Thank you. 4 of Cups. So yeah, like I said, it would be advised. What's at the bottom of the deck? Ace of Cups. Thank you. It would be advised if you use discernment and definitely use common sense to kind of navigate, see things from a different perspective. Okay, again, a motherfucker come in with all this Sweet Love Jones, I just miss you so much, and I just, your darling, amazing face, and I just miss you. But then the motherfucker ain't brought flowers, ain't planned a date, ain't nothing. Start really thinking about that shit. Nigga, if you like me that much, why you ain't playing nothing? Why you ain't did shit? Why I ain't seeing you? What happened? These are the questions you need to be asking. These are the perspectives you need to be seeing things from. Same thing with the jealous motherfuckers. They get around you, and then them motherfuckers want to make a slick comment. Oh, no, I wouldn't wear those. See it from a different perspective. Maybe, again, this 9 of Cups is talking about that. Maybe you're a little too empathetic and sympathetic, especially for those of you, because I'm seeing Pisces here. So maybe you have some Pisces in your chart. Or maybe you're dealing with a Pisces who, advocates for you being empathetic and sympathetic when it's just like, no. No, fuck, nigga, you just need to get your shit together. Ain't no being empathetic and sympathetic about the fact you lost your job. Yeah, you lost your job, but that was 3 months ago. You ain't got another one and found another one yet. You been doing nothing. Maybe you can have some Pisces in your chart. This is not the time to be being overly empathetic and sympathetic. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? Like, where it's like, oh, but they be going through so much. Okay, what that mean? What that mean? That you just gonna keep excusing their behavior? That you gonna keep excusing the jealousy comments? You gonna keep excusing the bullshit? You gonna keep excusing the fact that people using you or just trying to, mooch for how much they can get off you? Because what? Because they done been through something? That mean you gonna settle in love? Because even though they ain't bought you no flowers, ain't planned no dates, ain't did nothing romantic, they ain't asked you what your favorite color was or nothing. But they got time to talk about sex and time to talk about a whole bunch of nothing ass shit that they saw on the internet. And in your mind, you gonna make up for that shit and act like, oh, well, maybe that's just who they are. Maybe this shit just not gonna work in 2026. Okay? I do see a prospect coming though. Yeah, I do see a prospect coming though. Aries, in the beginning of 2026, you have a lot of baggage and other stuff to kind of clear out before love really comes. Okay, especially with this Four of Cups. You see that pink cup at the top. So for me, in this deck, this is a card of, there's something coming in that you don't see yet. So again, love will be there. There's about 3 people though in 2026. Either you already dealing with them and you'll carry this energy into 2026, or it'll be people you meet throughout your 2026. I feel like there's like 3 people you need to stay away from who like just got fuck boy energy, fuck girl energy. And then I feel like toward the middle, I'm picking up like middle or like fourth, the last quarter, because there's like 4 quarters in the year, right? That last quarter of the year, like next year around this time, you might meet somebody who's much more like aligned with you. But for the beginning of the year, when it comes to love, I feel like you definitely got to focus a lot more on like just yourself, your accolades, you know what I'm saying? Climbing up the ladder, everything that you're working so hard for, but then on top of that, focusing on, clearing out these bullshit people. Clearing out these people who secretly want to compete with you, and learn how to see things from a different perspective. Whether it be you being too empathetic and sympathetic and you letting people play in your face, or you're not being patient enough. Thank you, Spirit. That patient enough. It's not even that you be letting people play in your face. You're actually very, very much the opposite. But in the same breath, again, how are you picking your battles? And in the battles that you do accept, how are you showing up in them? Because you can't always show up in the same fight style. Sometimes you gotta figure it. Sometimes it ain't the fighting that's the problem. It's how you fight. But also learning to pick and choose certain battles, because not every fight is worth your energy. Not every conflict is worth your energy. Give me something for the purposeful career for my Aries for 2026. Amusement. You have a natural talent that you can share with the world. It's time to make money from them while having a good time just being you. Okay, so again, this is a time to really focus on, again, how you can help your monetary gains. What can you monetize off of career-wise? What can you make money doing that's fun and that feels authentic to you, that can help you with just stability in career as a whole? You do have the nature card. It says, it's a time to enjoy the nature around you. If you feel anxious about a situation in your life or career, take a walk to clear your head and be healed. Okay, so again, how are you fighting? I feel like that goes along too for certain people. Like again, maybe these tensions and conflicts and competitors and rivals could be at work. This is not the time to lose your cool at work. If you gotta go on your lunch break and goddamn go sit at a park and woo-sass that shit out, cool. Make sure you do that. Okay, when you feel stressed about life and or career just in general, making sure that you walk outside. So nature is going to be very big for you next year. Grounding yourself is going to be very big next year, along with figuring out how you can monetize your natural talents, so that way you can, live the life of your dreams while still being authentic and true to who you are. North Star is here. It says you're facing the future with excitement as you follow your dreams and embrace your passions. Didn't I just say that? As you follow your dreams and embrace your passions, you are now directed to your life's purpose. So yeah, 2026, like I said, really ain't a big time to be trying to focus on love. I'm gonna be honest. I picked that up for a lot of people. actually, in 2026. It just doesn't seem like a big time to focus on love, or maybe just collectively people are steering away from love. But now is the time to think about your purpose. Now is the time to, again, follow your path. What feels authentic to you? This kind of taps into making me feel like, what are your natural talents? How can you monetize off of them? You don't got to be at work with a whole bunch of hating ass, bum ass, loser ass motherfuckers who jealous any motherfucking way, trying to compete with you any motherfucking way. When you can carve out your own lane and make money doing what you doing, you still gonna have competitors. You still gonna have people feel like, oh, so that's what Aries doing now. Oh, they don't work at the business no more. You know what I'm saying? They just start doing this. They just start doing that. I could do better than that. You gonna still have a bunch of he say she say. You know what I'm saying? Fake ass. I'm running head up with Aries in my mind ass motherfuckers. But at the end of the day, it ain't for you to pay them no attention, cause they can't do shit with you anyway unless they wanna bring it to your doorstep. Unsteady. Things might be getting wobbly in your cash flow or business. Abrupt changes in your decision making are affecting your finances. Yeah. So again, it's time to start seeing things from a different perspective. Period. And things might feel a little unwobbly. Again, you got the talent card twice. So as I said, now is a good time to start monetizing yourself. What are your talents? But yeah, while things might feel a little unwobbly and unsteady, again, focus on what you can control. Okay, is what this feel like. Focus on what you can control. Focus on the people around you that do see you, that do love you, that do fuck with you. Okay, stay away from these nothing ass fuck boys and fuck girls who, are much more interested in what you can give, but just don't want you to let go. Like, they are completely not interested in pouring back into you. They just want you to keep pouring into them, and they don't want to let this go. And be careful of these fuck boys and fuck girls who are just charming. You know what I'm saying? They're not really emotionally available. They just buttering you up emotionally. You know what I'm saying? Oh, babe, I just care about you so much. And you just, I just can't wait to get married. And then when it's time to actually start talking marriage, they start acting like, oh, yeah, about that. Okay, so be very, very wary of that. This is a year to start focusing on your finances, focus on yourself, focus on elevation, focus on, again, how you can monetize some of these talents and some of these passions and stuff that you have in order to really start like elevating your star. Again, North Star is here, which is about your dreams and your moral compass, your North Star compass. What is your purpose in this life? How are you making it a reality? And to really embrace that with excitement and chase your dreams. That's what 2026 is gonna be about. Saying fuck these haters, fuck these nothing ass people who think they in competition with you, and understanding that the only motherfucker you ever in competition with, Aries, is the person you was last year, the person you was last month, the person you was last week, the person you was yesterday. Okay, I'm gonna leave you with a money affirmation card. So your money affirmation for 2026 is, and quote, my money works hard for me to make me more and more money. My money works hard for me to make me more and more money. Okay, I see earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I see water signs double emphasized on Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio is here. Is there anyone else? I did say Leo, right? Aries, you're here, and air sign energy. So just about everybody is out on the spread for tonight. Okay, thank you again so much for tuning in. If you got this far, I really, really appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, leave me some comments if this resonated. Let me know how this resonated. And again, if you're interested in more of a personalized yearly overview, we could definitely do that. I still break down love, career, finances in general the same way. I actually break it down into like the quarters of the year. So it can be a little lengthy, but again, you can definitely book that if you're interested in a personal reading, or book any other readings, because I'm open for more than just those. Also, my name is B, just in case if you forgot from the beginning of this. Like, share, subscribe again, and yeah, I'll see you over on the next video. Bye.